This week in the hobby, we got some juicy stories to talk about. A lot of things happening in the hobby, from a Brady card that could have been trimmed, I don't know, could have been colored, to a big Trey Lance sale, to a card that wasn't signed but was slabbed by a major authenticator that said it was a real autograph. So, but we're going to start with the Brady news. Goldin sold a Tom Brady playoff contenders autograph card for $54,000. It's the one on the right of the slide, which was a 8 with a 9 autograph. Some digging, and man, I wish I had the account that did it. I know
something sports cards.
Something sports cards. Good, yeah, because they're the ones that did some digging.
That's the name, or is it just something sports cards?
No, that is the name.
Yeah, that's the name of that's the name of their channel.
So they're the ones that uncovered that this card was originally a 6. Comparing the autographs, because no two autographs are the same. Did some really good zooming in on these photos. Found out this was the same card that was graded a 6, but in the 6 form. It was basically, you could see the corner had some whiting. You could see the edges were messed up. But somehow in the 8, that was all taken care of. So this card was altered, 100% confirmed by Sports Something, and
something sports.
Something sports. Sorry,
it's all good.
Sorry. Let's get that guy a follow here. Go follow him. But yeah, so actually, once that news came out, Goldin basically voided the sale. Now, we don't know where this card's going to wind up. I think it's a good move by Goldin. I think it's the move they had to make. What do you guys think? Starting with Cody, what is your thoughts on this whole card?
Awesome. First of all, just like awesome detective work by this guy. Really, again, if you haven't seen the video, definitely worth a watch because it's pretty incredible how
breaking down the streaks on the auto.
Yes.
Where he did say something that was like pretty valid. He's like, no autos are completely 100% identical, and he was like going through the little the details of the autograph to really pinpoint that it was a true card. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah, a really good job. Because again, yeah, I am always kind of a skeptical one on these, where I'm like, well, come on, like, I just am always like, why would someone go through so much painstaking work to do this? And well, I mean, when it is the difference between exactly, you see Rad's doing the money sign. That's exactly what it is. It's the difference between tens of thousands of dollars. So I get it, and a good move by Goldin to do this. I think it's Sports Card Radio, I think, is where we kind of brought our attention to this, and I think I'll kind of echo their sentiment. Like, does this mean this card is worthless? No, not by any means. It's just we just have to be a little more transparent, especially in a world where I think this is probably going to happen a little bit more, as people are like, oh, there's this much money in sports cards. Well, I've got this one. If it's just, if this edging is done a little better, as people are getting better and better at this, I think we just need to know, okay, this card's been altered. Are you okay with that? Because it is still, at the end of the day, it's a Tom Brady rookie auto, altered or not.
It was still pack pulled, yeah. I mean, and I guess it begs the question of, like, what is okay to do to a card? If the card's corners dinged, is it okay to try to smooth it out with your hand? Is that okay?
Okay, so what the point that you're bringing up is made me think about, like, in the art world, and I'm obviously not knowledgeable about the art world at all, but I know that for like the very old stuff, don't they like touch it up or something like that?
Yeah, I believe the Mona Lisa has been completely
to keep it from deteriorating.
Right.
They do certain things to these like pieces of art that are worth billions of dollars,
correct,
hundreds of millions of dollars. So like down the line, and people are like have always compared sports cards, like some of them anyways, to like artwork as well.
Only one Mona Lisa.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm just saying, like, down the line in the future, like, what part does that play? Like, are people gonna try to present? I mean, that's the reason people get cards graded, right? To keep them in the same shape that they were when they originally.
Yeah, but they also do it to gain money, right?
Right.
So, I think you're onto something. I think we should grade Mona Lisa and stuff like that. We should start our own art grading company.
We have to pull the greatest heist in history. Someone go to the Louvre fast.
Just four guys who have no idea about art, just grading art. I'm not going to point names, but it's kind of like grading trading cards.
It's not
very
too far off.
very similar.
It's the same thing.
Not saying. I'm just saying there's some companies out there that you question, like, where did you come from? What is your specialty? Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish that you can't really place the blame on either PSA or Goldin, I don't think. And what's odd to me is that how did this guy even find it? He had to have been tipped or something. Somebody must have, because then nobody spends countless hours looking at every single card and comparing to other cards. I mean, that's just not possible, right? So he had to have been tipped off by somebody that either sold this or resold it or whatever and knew somebody that did it.
It's almost like if somebody is sending one of these cards to an auction house, it almost brings up a red flag.
I was gonna say,
Like if you're doing like any of the auction houses, you're like, I want to sell this and I want to be completely anonymous.
But
and
this
have
is the type
nothing.
of card that Goldin sells, though. It's not.
I know, I get it, and that was probably the plan. It would just kind of funnel in and just get lost in the shuffle with other giant cards. Because let's face it, I mean, there was probably other cards that sold around the same time that sold for more than $54,000.
yeah, I was gonna say that how this guy potentially like caught this is that there's probably a group of people who are very invested in certain type of cards, so they're paying attention to every card
Every
that pops
single
up
comes out, yeah. Yep.
of that same card.
That's probably what happened. But you wish there was like maybe in the future with how these cards are scanned in now. I mean, every autograph. I mean, the only thing you can tell between these cards is the actual autograph, right? So you'd hope that maybe PSA has like something in the pipeline or something that kind of like almost fingerprint authenticates a actual autograph on a card when it's first graded. So if it comes back, it's just. It doesn't even get to that point because this, like you guys said, there's money on the line. There's $10,000-$20,000 difference between a 6 to an 8. So you're going to have people that try this. This one was obviously colored in somehow, whether it was, I don't know how they would go about doing that, but they obviously fixed the corner by putting more color on the card. Obviously an expert probably handled this and it's altered. So hopefully this card is now deemed altered. Maybe the right thing to do was for Goldin to, I don't know where the liability is.
yeah,
I don't know if you have to send it back to the customer.
I mean,
without
it probably
any
has to get sent back to the customer. But what about the person who bought it for $54,000 and is like, I still want the card. I don't care. Like, why? I'm aware that it has been altered now, but I still would like to give you $54,000 for it.
Well, I mean, we had that situation when we had that Michael Jordan that we sold. That it was in a buyback, and then the guy consigned it through us, and then as we were going through the process, remember the guy was like, another guy tipped us off that it was slabbed fake because it was a number that was fake. So the guy still wanted the card, and we were like, dude, it's fake. Like it was a fake card.
Yeah, morally, you're almost like, I want to take this card out of.
Actually, you want to destroy the card, really. I mean, you can't destroy it. This one's not fake, but like a fake card you want to destroy. So we obviously didn't let the guy buy it and send it back to the original guy. Now he probably...
It's very tricky because the person who owns that card is probably like, do not send that back to PSA to get it reslabbed as altered.
Right. Yeah.
Like I didn't send you that card. It didn't say altered when I sent it to you. I mean, I don't know. It's tricky. It's tricky, right? I don't.
Well, now this slab number is out there. So,
it's out there.
So
yeah.
he would have to like re-slab it in order to try to make a legitimate sale. Or can he go back to the 6? Can he go back and get it slabbed into the 6? I mean, would that be the right way to do it?
Best cleanest looking 6 ever.
But then again, it gets probably cracked out later, maybe 10 years from now, when somebody's like, that's better than a 6.
I think you just have to let collectors kind of decide now, because now it's out there. You can't hide it. Everyone knows, like, oh, that's this card.
Well, and you said the PSA number is there, right? But what stops somebody from cracking it out
That's
and
what
going
I'm
to
saying.
BGS?
That's that too.
It goes to Beckett now.
But you can't take somebody's property when you're consigner, and so that's the tough thing about.
I don't
the whole
know, man.
situation.
I don't know.
But yeah, moving along, another kind of funny thing. We were just mentioning fake cards. So this is one of Topps' biggest blunders. And if you're listening to the audio podcast, just look up through the years, Topps through the years. I believe it was from 2020, 2021.
21, I believe.
Fairly
21?
recent.
Yeah, it was an anniversary year. So yeah, it was last year, the year that we won the championship for the Topps Rip Party. But they had the through the years
Platinum box cutter, baby.
platinum box
One and
cutters.
only.
I see it every day. I see it every day. It reminds me of our greatness.
Yeah, and they're like, we won so well that like they can't even run another event. Like they didn't even run it again. They're like, that's it. So we're the one
Well,
and
the
only
bar.
champions.
I mean, the bar was set so high,
It
right?
was. I'd like to thank Rich Layton, Real Sports Cards, and Bomber Breaks for we stepped on them to get to the top, but we're the platinum box cutter champions from Topps, the one and only. But anyways, that was one of the years that they had this, and it was what it was Topps was trying to say these are some of the biggest cards throughout the years. They had old cards like Ozzie Smith, but they included autograph versions of the cards, a picture of it on a card. So it's not the real card, but the autograph is on the card, but it's a facsimile. So anyways, let me make a long story short, somebody sent this into PSA and they authenticated it as an auto. So, and then obviously the internet went crazy. So it's very easy to tell it's a facsimile auto. I don't know if PSA is hiring a bunch of people.
The card is actually also a picture of the card.
Yes.
So it's a card with a picture of a card on it. We have discussed this subset before.
It's like Beavis and Butthead when he wanted to get a tattoo of a butt with a tattoo of a butt on it.
Yes, it is.
It's very similar.
It's very similar. And shout out to the new Beavis and Butthead is really good.
Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus.
Pay for it.
Like to thank Paramount Plus.
The new sponsors, by the way.
New sponsor.
Where's my subscription at?
Yeah.
Four episodes in, pretty good.
Pretty good. They brought back
Pretty
music
good.
videos and viral videos.
But yeah, this is a tough one, man. And we saw people were selling these cards on eBay raw at some point as autographs. But again, it's a facsimile autograph. But when you do like a scan of the card, you really can't tell it is a subset is a picture of a card. It's a tough subset.
But how? I mean,
And
how do you authenticate it?
For one to get authenticated is like the cherry on top. It's like if you needed to take it to the next level of how poor this subset was, you have PSA slab it as an authenticated auto. It's just boom, we did it.
Give Topps some credit. They put a border on it. It's not like
If you physically have the card in hand, you're like, oh, I see. It's a picture of a card on a card. I get it.
But they slabbed this one as if Jason Verlander, as in Justin Verlander, actually signed it in person. Is how they slabbed it. Not, they didn't act like it was an original Topps Chrome rookie card auto. They slabbed it because it's the PSA DNA certified.
Yeah, and it looks like it's actually shaded to where the original card might have had a sticker on it.
Let me ask you this, guys. Let me ask you this. If you're Nat Turner, can you come back and you just fire that guy, right? Can you give him a second chance, or?
Finding graders these days is a lot. It's a lot like finding breakers. It's very difficult. You can't just.
Well, what's the equivalent of a breaker blunder in this?
Oh, that's a good one.
Putting the card in your mouth?
No.
Not damaging the card.
Eating
but,
while breaking? Like getting mustard on some cards?
No, that would never happen.
Booming up this card as if it wasn't.
Oh, there you go.
If it was like a Mike Trout.
Basically admitting the product run is over. It's done.
You hit the Mike Trout.
Like
product is dead.
Falling out of your chair. Yeah, you lose it. You absolutely lose it. You run out of the office. You flip out, and then you realize
You jump in a trash can.
that it's a card of a picture of a card.
But see, that's still not the equivalent. I think you would have to have the breaker do that.
No,
Put it in a magnetic and say, "Congrats on your auto," and then put it in the bubble mailer.
No, the breaker has their own slab machine, and they just slab it right up right there, and they authenticate it.
HGA, baby.
And it's
Cody, is there any equivalent
Boom.
in breaking to not seeing that this card is a facsimile on it?
I think you guys have kind of already. Yeah, I think it's something to that effect. Yeah, I feel like I've done the opposite. When I first started out, didn't realize that a superfractor was a superfractor, and it was Luis Robert rookie year.
Wow.
So I had the opposite of that, where I'm like, oh, that's neat, cool. Congrats, I guess it's a rookie. Nice job. So at least I said congrats. So you gotta give me that. But yeah,
I think it's better to underplay, especially for the card fondlers out there. That
always
watch.
better to
always better
underplay it.
to underplay it
It
than.
is.
Yeah.
But we've also seen people go back in time, and you go back to our friend Chris Justice, and he pulled a Mike Trout orange. And Mike Trout was still a prospect, so you would never know what Mike Trout panned out to. But you go on that video, and the comments are just like, I can't believe you didn't know this is like how big this card was at that time. And it wasn't. It was, I mean, that was way back in the day when
2009. That was like a VHS tape. We had to
that
watch
was
breaks.
that was probably $150, $200 card. Cards didn't sell for that much back then. Back in the old days, they didn't sell for that much.
But there's many examples. I'm sure, like Giannis cards.
Maybe a $500
Giannis
card.
cards we pulled that we didn't. We're like, oh, the Greek Freak auto, nice. You know, like we didn't go like, oh my god.
Well, you called him the Greek Freak because nobody knew how to pronounce his name.
I mean, yeah, you guys pulled that Black Prism patch auto of his right out of Spectra. I mean, how crazy did you guys get for that card?
That was actually Billy. So I don't remember.
Did he go crazy for that card? Probably not, right? I'm assuming.
Gotta try to
Not-
It was
not
probably
too
crazy. It's probably crazy as all get out.
Shout out to F3 Billy Fairchild in the OG Mojobreak Ohio days. Yeah, I mean, actually, I might have to try to find that video now. So, yeah, I think he was. It wasn't in HD.
It might be a Ustream video, right?
Well, we won't be finding it.
It's lost to the internet now. It belongs to the dark web now.
IBM, dude. Just go to San Jose. There's
Who
where they're
own-
Yeah, that's true.
Who owns Ustream? I thought
IBM.
I thought it was Vimeo.
at. Oh, maybe they've been sold again. Shows how much I know. All right, moving
Who
on.
owns Vimeo? IBM?
I know. Moving on. Ray Allen outing some fake jerseys. So this is another buyer beware segment. If it's not authenticated by PSA, JSA, Beckett, then question it no matter what. So Ray Allen, that's not my autograph on these jerseys. So basically this is what Ray Allen said. You can see the jerseys here on the slide. There were some Celtics jerseys, some Heat jerseys, and Ray Allen commented on the photo. A friend of mine sent me these pictures of my jerseys autographed and for sale online. The one thing they got right was it is a signed jersey, but here's what they got wrong. I did not sign it. These signatures are not mine, so if you're an autograph collector, make sure you only buy your memorabilia from reputable sources that give you certification that the autograph is authentic. It's a real shame that people are taking advantage of people in this way. Most autograph seekers are real fans. They deserve better. #fakes. So eBay seller, and it's the PAAS COA, which is funny because it's literally got the PSA letters in the authentication.
PAAS.
Pass.
COA.
I would be like PAS pass.
And unfortunately, a lot of people fall for this because it's Christmas time's right around the corner, and little Johnny's a Ray Allen fan.
The look of just shock, disgust,
Dude,
fear in
we
Dan's face
know
right
how I
there.
feel about the holiday season, and I think it's right around the corner,
It's
man.
90 degrees outside.
It
for
is
God's
not
sakes.
right around the corner.
Oh, I'm sure they're already selling
And,
mistletoes in your store. Dan.
Yeah, I'm like,
You're probably not wrong.
A funny
I'm like,
pet,
is it that time again?
a funny pet peeve of my wife's. She actually loves Thanksgiving, like that whole week, more than Christmas.
I agree.
So like it super annoys her when it's like October and they haven't put out no Thanksgiving stuff yet, but they put out like Christmas stuff already.
Follow the money, baby. They don't sell that many turkeys compared to the gifts for the holidays. Dashing through the snow. But anyways, little Johnny's wanting a Ray Allen jersey, and he tells his grandma, hey, I'm a big Ray Allen fan, and then she's searching on eBay by lowest price, because she's seeing some for $1,000, she's seeing some for $500. Where does she buy? $279. What a deal for little Johnny! Boom, buy. She didn't think anything about it, think anything of it, and now that jersey's purchased. And I think we have a lot of people that are uninformed, especially during the holiday season, buying these things. And people have been told look for the COA, but people don't know that there's 3 COAs you want, and that's it. And if they don't have a COA, don't even buy it. But then there's these fake COAs, these companies that are passing this stuff through. And it's terrible. So do your research. Inform your family if you're going to buy you something, what to buy. Tell them the whole deal. PSA, JSA, Beckett. That's all you want to stick to when it comes to, or Fanatics. I forgot to throw in Fanatics there. If you're buying directly from Fanatics, they have their Fanatics sticker on there, and they deal with the players directly, so they're good as well. And stick to those. And if I'm leaving somebody out, send me a message. Maybe I forgot about you, but Just stick to those, and you'll be fine.
Can I play devil's advocate a little bit on this one? Yeah.
Well, you signed it. Is that yours? No. Is that your eBay?
No, not at all.
Slaying these Islanders.
And you know, sometimes these players will like sign a stack of just of the numbers, and they're not attached to any specific jersey. So if they get attached to a jersey that they don't remember signing, but they did sign the actual number itself, some of these players may be like, I didn't sign that. Like, I've never even seen that type of jersey before. I've never signed that, but they did sign the letter. They're just looking at the whole jersey. So that's all I'm going to say. You're completely right with everything else, like the COA and all that stuff. I'm just saying, like, when I think we've seen in the past, like, players come out and go, like, that's not my auto, because I've never seen that jersey. I never had an autograph signing with said person, but that person may have, like, bought a stack of letters that were signed by you or numbers, and then it was ironed on to another jersey.
You are right. The Niners are going to win the NFC West. I included that in there, but you didn't hear it. But thank you for telling me I'm right. What are your thoughts on this one?
I'm like trying to focus right now because you were singing a Christmas song, and it's 90 degrees. We're still in summertime.
I love Christmas.
August.
I'm sorry. Christmas is the best time of year.
It's like, it's making me feel uncomfortable.
Cody, Christmas or Thanksgiving?
Christmas, but Thanksgiving's right up there. I will say this about Christmas. The anticipation of Christmas, to me, almost better than the payoff in a way.
Actually the worst part.
No.
It's like leading up to it. You're just like, I don't know how many days I'm like, there's 12 days to like
maybe I still got kid brain.
What did I not do yet?
Is it the
It's because he does face-to-face commerce. That's why.
Yeah.
Well, of course I do face-to-face commerce.
Just buy it on Amazon, dude.
I don't.
No, don't get me wrong.
To really put yourself through hell, you have to do the face-to-face commerce. Usually a couple days before Christmas.
Yeah.
Really dive into it.
Yeah.
And also work retail. Like, if you've ever worked retail before during the Christmas season, you're not going to like Christmas.
Working retail, there's definitely not enough Christmas songs because the same ones play over
there's only the catalog is not that large.
Here's
like
but the
30
great
songs.
double-edged sword of Christmas songs is that not enough of them, the same ones play over and over, but every time I hear a new one, I go, well, this stinks.
Yeah,
why do I want to hear
hard.
this?
It's hard
Just
to
put
crack
on
in
White
there.
Christmas again. Why do I want to hear this stuff?
Oh, man.
we're talking about Christmas in August, boys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can we just
I mean, Mariah Carey.
maybe not do Christmas music?
Mariah Carey
Maybe just give it a year off?
the skip Christmas one year.
That actually might not be a
leap year?
bad idea.
No. Skip the Christmas music.
Right. Christmas
Just skip
itself
it,
is still there.
and then you'll like it even more the following year. You'll be like, I missed it.
Just play Slayer during Christmas.
Oh, that would be great. That'd be.
I mean,
That's the kind of holiday season I want to be a
Angel of
part
Death.
of.
truly gives new meaning to a one-horse open sleigh.